I had high expectations for 2026 PBA season, but when I was tuning into PBA Players Championship finals, I did not expect to see an historic night.
He's done it! Brandon Bonta, a perfect 300 to win the Players Championship. Congratulations, man. That was fucking awesome. Come on, baby! Let's do it. Let's go! Come on!
I was expecting to see EJ Tackett to eat whatever player he has in the final match, and
he needed to win one match, and that's it. And it seems like if anybody can do it, it's easy for
yeah.
EJ.
Plus, it was one of those tournaments that EJ Tackett wants to win the most. Because he haven't won a Players Championship yet. Plus, he played in a venue that he and his wife met in 2013 during USA trials, USA camp, and just to have a title, a major title in a bowling venue that means so much to you, I think it's even more special. But
Instead of that, we have probably the best debut of any rookie in history of PBA.
yeah, we can. I believe that it's
The best debut.
Yeah, it's
the best debut. So Brandon Bonta scored a perfect game in the finals against EJ Tackett, climbed from fourth seat to take it home, and it was definitely a spectacle. And with that being said, it's time to recap what we saw, how the tournament went. So the first part will be PBA Players Championship recap. Then we will talk a bit about CV Network's debut and the two new broadcasters, and then a short BowlingLife Fantasy League update.
Okay, elephant in the room. Brandon Bonta,
I
amazing
thought it's me.
performance. No, it's not you. It's not always
Yeah, I
about
lost
you.
some weight.
But congratulations. But Brandon Bonta just made a history on PBA. What a performance. And we had a discussion previously before the finals that if Brandon can keep up with the pace in the first match, and to get loose all the tension that it comes with the first match on TV, then he can have a nice run. I wasn't expecting that long of the run, but being the only right-hander bowler on that side of the lane, he could build a game that he wanted. And the way that he read the lanes all the way to the final match, it was for that caliber of the player, it's really easy to read those lanes. But he hadn't had to do that. Well, he kind of had, but he had more.
He was alone there.
Yeah, but he had more room to deal with other stuff, like emotional stuff, like TV cameras, all the.
But that was the most impressive thing to me. I think the first match, between Brandon and then Spencer Robarge, two rookies coming into the first stop of the PBA season, their first event, and they are both in stepladder finals. All the cameras are flashing, and the pressure is really high in those situations. And I think you could see the nerves on Spencer, and I think if we would take that out of play, he would put a great fight, and the first match would be very nice. But I think nerves got to him, and Brandon, he shot an open frame, and I thought, damn, this will be tough to watch. But it seems like it just made him mad, just to want it more. He then focused, and then the rest is history. He got to EJ, and then he said, "F you all, I will shoot a perfect game in my debut." So that was the most impressive part. And one other thing that I think is very nice. Of course, we will talk a bit about the broadcast and the CV network and Brandon just giving them a gift of a perfect game right off the get-go. But Go Bowling also joined the PBA tour, and they are gifting people of America free bowling games if 300 is shot. And then Brandon said, "Sure, why
Let's
not?
do it in the season opener. Oh,
Yeah,
fine.
let's
Go
give-
bowling,
Let's
America.
give CV Network a gift and all the people of US a gift of bowling." So I think that just made it even more fun to watch and even more historic.
Yeah, heading back to his first frame. For some players, probably the first frame, when you open your first frame, as you said, it's gonna be a tough match to play and tough match to watch. But for Brandon, it seemed like the whole tension was in that spear ball. He missed that spear, and the whole tension was off, like a water from the goose. He's like, "Fine, okay, I missed the spear."
Oh,
But
it's like
I'm-
that. Oh, it's like that.
I'm not here to make fun of me. Okay, let's make it real. And then he just made really good shots, game after game.
Yeah, and timely ball changes, timely adjustments. It was perfect. The last game was the perfect game. But
Yeah.
in general, the whole stepladder finals and I think all matches was, in general, it was like close to perfection.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Is it Brandon? But I think that it is him. But you cannot you kind of can now because we saw Brandon. But on a daily basis, you are not expecting this kind of, I don't know, performance and all those decisions, ball changes, and so on to be so timely from a 23-year-old.
Yeah, and especially they are playing, on two different oil patterns from one lane to another. So you need to adjust that, and then you need to, make those decisions on the go when all the cameras are on you. I don't know. Congratulations, Brandon. I think the performance that you put out there puts you on the map for sure. Last year we had
Ethan Fiore,
who came in, took his victories, and everybody's we can see from fantasy picks. Ethan is a crowd favorite, so I think it will be similar situation with Brandon. First stop, a win, a perfect game, beating EJ. What else do you want? And in
I don't
general,
know. That beat parts of EJ. Oh, come on. He scored a 300 game. So what can EJ do?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. If you want to beat EJ, you
have
have
to
to
score,
a perfect game. So he did that. I think he knew that. He definitely knew who is going up against, and EJ was spectacular as always. Came in and said that let me get my player of the year once again, and throughout the qualification, throughout the match play, I thought he for sure is going to take it home, but Brandon had other plans. And one more interesting thing that I just noticed after the match play, I saw that the two people who had the biggest victory and loss ratio was EJ and Brandon. They had the same score. So
Wow.
that was, I think you can already predict a final match. Yeah, but it's just a random fact that I saw, random number.
Yeah, talking about EJ now. Do you see that he's falling behind the Player of the Year awards, like just because he lost the final?
Oh, no. And I was saying that he has plans to take it, and until the final match, where he didn't perform bad, it's just like Brandon shot 300, so
Yeah.
what can you do? but throughout the whole tournament, he was amazing. And he said himself, that people have a target on his back, and if he wants to stay on top, he needs to, try harder, don't relax, and I think he is doing that, and I think this year it will be once again a year when you are trying to beat and trying to catch EJ.
Yeah, EJ, I believe that EJ already showed us a glimpse of that prime EJ Tackett in 2026 season, and we will probably see him on TV all the time, and he's probably the number one contender for the Player of the Year again. But the question is, how many titles will be, stolen from him in such a format like we have in the stepladder finals? Because I believe that EJ Tackett in the long run it's impossible to win against him. If we have in a qualification, we had 46 qualification games, including all those advance rounds
like
and
that.
match
A
play.
lot of
All right,
games,
so a lot of games. EJ Tackett, you put more games, EJ Tackett will just have a bigger lead. He's just that good in the long run, and you just cannot take him. And in the stepladder finals, when we have just one match to win, especially when EJ Tackett is number one seed, meaning that he has to wait for nearly 2 hours for his game and to be somewhere on the side of the lanes practicing, making shots, guessing basically what the transition is happening on those lanes that are on TV. It's really hard.
Yeah, and especially in this case when Brandon had the previous games to build the lane for himself, basically, and
he's
prepare
basically in his own,
Yeah.
road right now.
Three lefties, so you have the right side for yourself only, and you have a sort of an advantage against seed one. So that's probably kind of played out in Brandon's favor.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how many titles will be stolen from him during those stepladder finals, and I think it could be quite a few of those because of course it's just the first stop, so it's early to say who will actually be the dominant players throughout the whole season, but it already shows us something. And just to give the props to rookies, I mean, both Spencer and Brandon, I don't know what they are feeding them in Wichita State, but we have Ryan, we have Spencer, we have Brandon, and probably other players that I'm not sure about the full roster, but they came out and they look so confident, so stable. And
no surprise that Wichita was so dominant powerhouse during their years.
Yeah. So it's I think we can see a few times these two guys again.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking at the rookies overall, we have so many young, talented players that are not just up and coming, but they are proving already that they can win titles and be a big force against those time-tested professionals. EJ, Ryan, now we have Brandon, Spencer, we have Deo Bernard, we have Eric Jones. There's a lot of young talent on the field, and whoever comes into the stepladder finals thinking that they have, some kind of advantage just because they are on tour for 15, 20 years, it doesn't mean anything for those guys. They have no stress being on TV. They seem like they've been there for quite a few years already. But I don't know, they are performing like they not just belongs here, but they are here to take titles. And bowling future, at least, is in a good hands.
Yeah, and they are also showing the brands that they need to pick them for the lineups. So it's a funny thing. I think it's just worth mentioning that 900 Global did not pick Brandon Bonta for the lineup
At all.
for Battle of the Brands. And unfortunately, they missed out on 7,500 points, if I'm not mistaken, since this was a major. So that's a lot, and we made a post about this already. So people were thinking that we are downplaying something or someone. So it's not about that. It's just looking at last year and the race for Battle of the Brands title. I checked the stats, and I think after the last year, after PBA Players Championship, which was I think one of the last stops, if it was not the last one. So the difference between Storm and Motive, first and second places, was like 400 points, and here you lost 7,500. So that's huge, and
it just proves how hard it is to
of
pick
course.
those players for the teams, because especially this year when we have a shorted list of the brands who are competing, so we have a little bit arranged player rosters in the whole team, so we have bigger pools, more players to pick from, and brands have a difficult time picking the best ones for that exact
team managers are having a tough time this year. So.
Probably sleepless nights or nightmares at least.
So that's, of course, it's not to put shade on anyone. I mean, of course, Brandon is a rookie. You have great names on 900 Global roster, so we're not saying that anyone should be taken off. I mean, the lineup was it made sense. But it's just unfortunate that they missed.
Yeah, the whole idea is that, it is so many talented guys over there, and it's so hard to pick those 6 players who are on the list of the roster. Oh, come on, there's at least 10 or 16 players who are,
of course,
constantly contenders for the title.
Yeah, but I don't think that as we are filming this, we don't have the full points list for the Battle of the Brands. So not sure about the situation right now. So maybe the next time we will cover it a bit more. But I think Battle of the Brands last year, it already showed that it's a fun additional thing to watch during the season. So I think it makes it even more fun. And these kind of slip-ups of the brands are actually makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, you missed.
Talking about not the misses, but the players who surprised you the most. We talked about Brandon. It's clearly the most surprising one on the field. We talked EJ.
Spencer, of course.
Spencer Barch.
Yeah. I mean, both rookies, both in stepladder finals. So there is no question that they are great players. We know that they can win, and they already showed that on many different occasions. But it's still like you come into PBA Tour and you are in stepladder finals. So
I don't know why, but I was expecting more trash talk from them in the opening match.
I think it's
difficult,
to be free and trash talk when it's you are
100,000 on the line.
And it's your first PBA Tour telecast, so I think it's normal. And as the time goes, as the year goes by, it's they will get more loose, more engaging and interactive with fans. So just give them time. Another, if we are talking about surprises, so I think. Pleasant surprise was actually Brad Miller. So he finished
10th? No?
6th?
6th?
I think he's 6th. Maybe not. But he was pretty high in that lineup. So he played in match play, and he scored a perfect game. So that's a very nice result for him. Nice to see him, battle those difficult patterns and I watched their videos of Brad and Kyle, and I saw that he was also struggling with his back. He felt pain during the qualification, I think. So to fight through that and still have such a good result, I think it's a huge achievement.
Yeah, of course. I'm just looking at the scores. You're right. Brad Miller finished 6th, but in the 11th place we had Sam Cooley. I think that this one is really nice start of the season for Australian.
Sean Maldonado.
Yeah, amazing performance.
During the qualification, he was in the top 5 throughout most of it.
Yeah.
And he, I think, took first place in second
qualification
round
rounds. Yeah.
And then he stayed on top until EJ caught up to him. But very, very strong showing in the first stop for him as well. So I think Sean might be a player to watch this season as well.
Yeah, in the qualification, I was thinking all the time because Sean took the first place in qualification round 2, and he maintained that lead in qualification round 3. Eventually, in the round 4, EJ Tackett just claimed the first position from him. So for 12 games, I was all the time. The Jaws music was in soundtrack was in my head. So I think it's really scary to have a lead and to know that EJ Tackett is constantly, trying to hunt you.
Also, a player. I'm just looking at this at the results now, and I see many different people that I want to mention. But I think one player that we need to mention is Darren Tang. So nice to see him finished in 22nd, sorry. The last seasons were a bit of a struggle for him. The transition between one hand, two hands. But finally, he got some regional titles with playing two hands, and then now he came out and took 22nd, and looked really confident and stable. So that's really fun, and hopefully many more stops like that for him. Dale Bernard. That's another player that it's nice to see that these young guys are putting up a fight, and he finished 19th. Nate Garcia also 18th. So I mean, a lot of names that the younger guys are coming in and taking those points. So that's very nice.
And CJ Patron, CJ Patron, yeah. Although he finished in match play rounds, he finished 13th, but he was in the top 5 for a couple of rounds. So he's 23 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So another youngster that proven from the start of the season that he can be,
a force to be reckoned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of youngsters on the field, and I believe that this season can be that transition year from the past players,
from old heads to young guns.
Yes, exactly. So it's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's very fun. Maybe we can also mention a few disappointments. Did you have any players that you expected more of?
Probably Jason. He didn't make the cut. Yeah, he didn't make the cut to advancers rounds. He finished in 37th position.
So one position out of the cut.
Yeah.
So Jason said himself that it was maybe a bit difficult start, especially since you need to time to
accumulate.
acclimate.
Acclimate.
Is that the word?
Accumulate. Accumulate. No. Yeah.
Acclimate to a different time zone, different climate, and different
Time zone.
Yeah. So I guess going into event 2, Pete Weber Missouri Classic and other stops, Jason probably should be higher than this time. Also a bit sad for Kyle Troop as well, because he was in the cut for basically most of the qualification, and just last round
a bit on the unfortunate.
was more difficult, and he finished 42nd. And
Ethan Fiore, we have high hopes probably as a defending champion, but he also finished in 42nd, 41st.
In fantasy, my wildcard was Cameron Crowe, and in round 1 he was in I think top 10 maybe. Well, definitely in the cut. So I was very happy and thought that this is the event for Cam, but unfortunately the rest of the qualification was not that successful.
Yeah, you see how brutal can it be? 6 games. You already bowl for 18 games, and you see okay, kind of safe. Probably I can make the cuts, and then eventually you just go home.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Swedes as well. Martin Larsen and Rasmus Hedwall, both with the injuries and both out. So that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, for Martin, he had elbow problems. He had painkillers, so he cannot bowl anymore. So he had to quit. And for Rasmus, Rasmus had a big injury last year. He was injured. He had problems with his knee, and was not able to bowl for almost a year. And he was getting back on the lanes again this season to fully bowl on PBA Tour. But in the first qualification round, it looks like the renewal of this the old injury. So all the best of health goes to him. He will have additional examination on his knee to see what happens, but it seems like the season can be over.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. But at least he got to bowl in a PBA event. Again, not full event, but still. Right, so maybe we can talk a bit about the CW network.
Let's go.
How did you like the broadcast?
At first, I was kind of skeptical because I couldn't find any information on CV Network whatsoever about the PBA happening at all.
Yeah, I thought it will be streamed on their app. So that was
a mistake.
That was a mistake from our part, and we had to figure something out fast to be able to see them.
So eventually we saw the stream. We just turned on Bowl TV and watched the whole stream, but it only works for international viewership. For US markets, you have to have cable, or you have to have subscription on CV Network.
And as I understood, I saw a lot of comments that people were not able to watch the show even though they have cable. So I think there are maybe some even
local
location restrictions as well. So I don't know. It would be maybe the solution here would be maybe a bit more communication from CW and PBA side to actually explain how to watch the PBA. It would be great.
Yeah.
But apart from that, since we were able to turn it on through Bowl TV, the quality of the show, I wouldn't say that it surprised me in that the broadcast was amazing or whatever. I didn't see too many differences from what we had last year. The production, I missed music between the frames, and it was a bit quiet, but I don't know who actually handles those things. The graphics, I think, was nice. CV has great colors, that orange dark, so it has a nice contrast. So that definitely adds to the experience. But I don't know. Other than that, it was just like
Yeah, we spoke with the new PBA CEO. He said that the streams will have more personal touch. For instance, last night we had players, calling them out themselves
all
before
right.
the
That
match.
was that was I
Like,
forgot
I
about this.
am, grandpa, I'm from Canada.
That was
Da, da,
nice.
da, da.
Jesper's tattoo. Let us
Guys,
know in the comments, what do you think about Jesper's tattoo?
And how potentially it can be, I don't know, put into the money. How much those kind of tattoos can then cost? Because I would like to have a tattoo. I don't know if that big would be the great start.
Maybe start from one smaller and then go.
But I'm just interested how long does it take to have that kind of tattoo, and how much does it cost?
Not one day, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, but the player stories were actually a nice touch. I really enjoyed that. I think
Plus,
it makes that.
I liked the camera setting that when the player are going for the shot, we have a front camera filming his face. So for 2 hours, I was constantly having the same idea that Brandon has very similar body motion, especially head motion, as Francois Leroy.
Okay, I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, but
But
I
I
don't know
trust
why.
you.
But it seems like the same approach.
Maybe.
I don't know why.
All right, and apart from the broadcast itself, we have another huge change. So it's
All the guys behind the mic.
the commentators.
Yeah. Other than Rick Allen missing some, pins, like calling 7th pin, 10 pin, and so on, but it's a small mistakes. Like, if that's the whole problem with the commentating, I'm good to go. I'm taking it every night. It's fine. We had a really professional, a real professional right beside him, commentating on all the stuff that's related to bowling. So Sherman did an amazing job. I think that as for the first time doing that kind of stuff, it seemed like he's doing that forever. He was really natural. He was not, exaggerating things. He was trying his best to explain everything in very simple words that, a guy who's never been bowling or never watched a stream of bowling could understand what is going on the lanes. Rick Allen has that professionalism, his announcements, the style, the voice. Just adds that professional touch to the whole stream. And we had a Kimberly replacement in Savannah. I don't know her last name, but she was doing pretty much a good job. She was taking those interviews. They seemed natural. Players was given their insights. It's fine.
I think it all comes down. We also talked yesterday a bit with our Discord members, and while people are already kind of jumping into conclusions, that for example, Kyle, while he was his insights and the explanations of things, it was really nice. But what he lacked maybe was a bit more excitement, since you are commentating bowling. So you need to amp up the energy a bit to actually make it more entertaining to watch. So Kyle maybe lacked that a bit. For Rick Allen, yes, there were those mistakes with calling the pins wrong, or in general, I think that as he was commentating, the emotion in his voice and all of those things, it's really nice. But
Are they real?
it's a bit the things that he's saying is a bit well, it's very basic, it's like you kind of want a bit more insights from the
But
commentators.
it's all about
But to finish my thought, I think it's too early to jump to conclusion. We need to remember that for all of these guys, for Rick, for Kyle, for Savannah, for the whole CW network, this is the first broadcast. So you are, for commentators as well, Rick is jumping into a new sport. You need to learn everything. You need to understand. So he needs a bit more time, to actually get a hang of things. And after a few broadcasts, I think we will have a completely different situation. And the same for Kyle. I bet that the nerves sitting behind the mic, when so many people are tuning in. And
Exactly.
there are so many expectations. You are replacing the great Randy Peterson. So the expectations on you are sky high. So, it's, I think it's natural that it's difficult, to get those emotions out. You're just sitting there. You're afraid to mess something up, So it's
exactly.
I think it's fine. It's promising start, and we'll see how they will move on from there.
Yeah, I believe that all of them has a full notebook of
Things that I
comments,
will do
tips,
differently.
and in the next episodes. But overall, as you said, everything was run smoothly. We had a broadcast. We had probably the best TV finals ever. And
Well, the
best
perfect
story.
game adds a lot.
So it was all streamed. We saw it. It was not
Some people
cut out
did not.
or not, but everything was just. It was fine. It's not a perfect 10, but it's.
But
it's
you
a decent
cannot
start.
say that we didn't have higher expectations a bit,
Of
because
course.
the initial communication from the PBA side and
Come on, what can you say? Well,
groundbreaking
we are
brand
leaving.
start.
We are leaving Fox for CV Network. Yeah, you probably never heard of it, so it's not that good.
Everything
So
is going
expect-
downhill.
yeah, everything is gonna be worse from now on.
Yeah,
So wait for the next season, guys. Let's see you in 2026.
That's true. So I don't know. If I would have to give it a rating, I would give it like a 7 or 6, 7.
Yes.
So it was not amazing.
I don't know what that means
It
though.
was not bad. It was okay. And what does it mean? I don't know either. We are too old. So
Drop a comment.
drop a
what
comment.
Does it
What
mean?
does 6-7 mean? I googled it quite a few times. I still don't understand. But maybe it's
It's something related to LaMelo Ball.
I think we are actually talking about 6-7 to 8 as well.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of getting into the past now. But either way. So I think with that being said, we can 6-7 straight into fantasy updates.
Let's go.
And talk a bit about how did that all went. Right. So how did your team perform this
I don't
time?
know. I was in a top 100 for most of the time, but then life happened and I dropped into 200 something. Let me check.
Let me tell you where I was.
180th
448.
out of
My 631.
6.
Perfect result. So first of all, congratulations to the free plug Road to the PBA on YouTube. So check out his channel, I guess.
Who he had on the team?
He had
EJ for the
EJ
captain?
Tackett in Tier 1 as his captain, so 315 points.
Hmm?
Then Tier 2 was Jacob Butter, 0.
0, yeah.
Tier 3 was Ryan Barnes with 48. Tier 4 was Patrick Dombrowski, 0. Tier 5, Eric Jones with 47.
So how he...
And then the wild card, Brandon Bonta.
Oh, God.
So 300 points. And basically he had 4 players who scored points for him. And he jumped to first place. Before the finals, I
His
checked
team-
the standings. I don't know where he was standing before it, but the first place was taken by Smoking Mirrors, and he had EJ Tackett, Ethan Fiore, Ryan Barnes, Sam Cooley, Eric Jones, and Spencer Robarge. So this was close because the first guy had 710 points and Smoking Mirrors had 669. So basically the wild card between Spencer and Branton decided the winner of this event. So that's a very nice win, and I don't know if he expected to win it, but
well, probably after Brandon made the TV show, he kind of
yeah, what Spencer did as well. So that's what I'm saying. You know, it was all decided basically in the first match of the
whoever wins.
finals.
Yeah, but Brandon Bonta just carried his team like a Simba, you know.
So that just shows you how important it is to make a good hit on the wild card.
Who did you have on the team? What losers?
I so as my tier 1, I had Andrew Anderson, and as my captain. So well, he was okay. He was 9th, I think. So he scored with the captain bonus 157 points for me. Then Ethan, Kevin McCune, good result, 48 points. In tier 4, a bit disappointing result for Francois Lois. For you, the same as I remember, 0. Then in tier 5, I had Trevor Roberts, who also scored 46, and wildcard I mentioned already, Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's we still have a few events left in this round.
But you will probably not win a bowling ball.
Probably not. But you know, it's just for fun. I'm just hoping to make it into top 200. That's my whole goal now.
All right.
So now, just to recap a bit, the player picks from this event. So for player picks in tier 1, obviously we had EJ Tackett as the most popular pick with 58.5%. So he dominated tier 1 quite a lot. Then in second place we had Jason Belmonte with 17%. Then Anthony Simonson, Andrew Anderson, and all the rest. In tier 2, we had Ethan Fiore as well, dominating the tier 2, 56% almost. Then Chris Prater, David Kroll, AJ Johnson, and Don Barrett. Tier 3, I guess tier 3 is it's just a matter of time when this player will be in tier 2. But of course, it was dominated by Ryan Barnes.
He was probably the most popular player.
73% almost. So it's
he's more popular. Well, just because he's a clear pick in tier 3, but he's the most popular player on the fantasy, even more popular than EJ Tackett.
Yeah, but it was. When picking from tier 3, it's of course you have great players. The other guys in the top 5 list was. Kevin McCune, Zach Wilkins, Matt Rousseau, and Thomas Keiko. But you know, it's Ryan Barnes definitely showing that he will score a lot of points. So I think it's just, you know, in 1 or 2 events he will be in tier 2. And then in tier 4, Packy with 46, Francois with 28, then Sam Cooley, Alec Keplinger, and Patrick Dombrowski. Tier 5 was Sean Rash, so I guess, but the split here is small because Sean had 25.5, then Eric Jones with 20.9, so it's like just a couple percentage difference. Then we had Kevin Williams, Tommy Jones, and Nate Stubler. But I guess for people who picked Sean, not so fun times. And the wild card, Darren Tang, 33%. Then Santo
kind of
Tavanainen.
paid off.
Yeah, for sure. But in the top 5 list, we do not have there is no Spencer Robarge or Brandon Bonta. So that's an interesting thing that there are no players in the top 5 list, but I think after this event they will be in top 3.
But it just proves how much it is important in our fantasy league to have some kind of a knowledge or fan base for some kind of a player that you want on your team, and the wild cards pick can be a decisive moment. It can define the whole season for you because, everybody is picking those great names from tiers because they are in the tiers. It's easy to pick a player from a list, but once you have to, look through the fields, look for the name that might jump into the high standing position. It's then proving who's the mega minds behind the whole fantasy.
Imagine if the guy who was first this time would have put the captain on wildcard, so he would have a pretty solid lead in the round and season standings. So it's, if you want to be bold, you can go all in, and if you guess it right, the outcome will be very nice.
Yeah, plus if you slipped in the first event and then you just score big in the second, you just can be in a good standings for the rounds or for overall standings. So it's totally fine.
Yeah. So
one event doesn't mean anything.
So we can maybe make a bit of our predictions, but first I just want to mention that if you guys participated, so you can head to our website, to the leaderboard, to check your results. All the links will be in the description, and if you would like to join, or if you would like to continue playing, fill out the form for the second stop. It's also on our website description, and everywhere else on our social media and Discord. So just fill out the form and play with us. So now looking at the tiers, because those were announced as well for the Pete Weber Missouri Classic. So the biggest changes that I can see, so this player does not change the tiers, but he's now on the edge. So that's Kyle Troop. He dropped down by 3 positions and is now in 8th. So if he has an unsuccessful event, he might drop to tier 2.
I don't see that coming.
Yeah, probably not. But just mentioning the parts that I see.
But Tim Foy is nearing.
Yeah, but Tim Foy, he was in a. He had a decent result. I think he was. What the position was?
He was just in the 7th. He was right behind Brad Miller.
Yeah, but he stays basically in the same spot, so I don't think that he will drop down unless something major happens. Then what else do we have? So
who will you pick from Tier 1 for Missouri Classic?
EJ Tackett.
Of course.
I learned
He's
from
the
my
defending
mistakes.
champion. He knows how to take that title. So
he might be mad a bit after this time, so I think he will go out guns blazing.
Plus, sources tell that Pete Weber is only handling the title, the statue for one-handers. So
yeah, that's true. But last time I picked Andrew Anderson, and I would pick him again. But since I'm in a tough spot now in the standings, I will go with a safer option, and we'll go with EJ. I wanted to also mention a bit of a difference in the tiers from for this event. AJ Johnson actually dropped to tier 3 now from tier 2, and BJ Moore takes his place. So that's a change. And from tier 5, I think Thomas Larson dropped to outside of top 50 and is now available for
wildcard pick.
Yeah, for wildcard. All right, so what are you picking for tier 1? Let's talk about picks.
Tier 1?
Make our predictions.
No brainer. EJ Tackett.
EJ Tackett, of course.
I will probably go with EJ for the whole season. This is my safe sure. I just have to have him on the team unless there's something, apocalypse happen. I don't know, but EJ Tackett all day, all night.
All right. Well, but I think it's for most people.
Exactly.
Simo, Belmo, Andrew. But it's a tier 1 is I think the most difficult part actually, because all of those guys can shoot to the stars. Either way. Let's move on to tier 2. So what is your pick here?
I know. I will probably go with Chris Prater again. For the whole fantasy league, for playing fantasies for quite a few years now, and not just bowling, but in general, I think that the biggest mistake that I done for a couple of times, I'm just changing players too fast. Like they did not perform that good that I was expecting for
But
once,
Chris was okay. I
and
think,
going down. So I will probably stick with my team that I had. Well, pretty much the same team that I had for Players Championship, but
Okay.
stick to it for Missouri Classic.
Yeah, for my tier 2, I'm thinking also between sticking with my guy Ethan Fiore or actually going with Chris Prater as well. So I will decide. But
You still have time.
yeah, I want to believe in Ethan, and I'm just rooting for the young generation. So I hope he performs really well. I'm just thinking which is the safer option for my fantasy team.
I'm saving for youngsters those lower tiers. Picking
All right.
them
Okay.
over
So
there.
what's the tier 3 pick?
For tier 3, I'm not so sure, but I think that will be changing Zach
Ryan
Wilkins. Zach Wilkins into another fellow Canadian Mitchupay.
Okay. Yeah, he did.
He
good
had a
as well.
great Players Championship. I think that he can just move on the same path. So
Maybe I
why
should
not?
pick AJ Johnson. What do you think? Now, I actually I had Kevin McCune last stop, so might be going with Kevin again, or I will jump on a train with everybody and just go with Ryan. So, but maybe to be more original, I will go with Kevin. Maybe. And Justin Knowles is a great pick as well.
A lot of great players here.
Yeah. Well, it's also between Ryan Barnes and Kevin McCune, but maybe Kevin McCune will be my pick again.
In tier 2, if you want a suggestion, I would suggest if you're in between of Ethan Fiore and Chris Prater, he has a third name for you, Don Barrett. He's the runner-up last year. He was in the finals against EJ Tackett. He was actually number 4 seed, and he went all the way to the final and lost to EJ by 30-something pins. So
you just give me
Stirring the pot.
more things to think about. That's even worse. Thank you. Right, so tier 4 now. And here I have, I think, my favorite, Sean Maldonado.
Let's go. He proven that he can, he's probably a name that you have to remember and have somewhere in your heads all the time, checking what tier is he at. And
So are you picking him as well?
I don't know.
Or are you going to give another chance to Francois?
I don't know. It's still hard to say. I don't know. I need time to think about that. But
Great predictions from our side.
Yeah, but I believe
I think that Sean will. He was very, very solid, very stable. So I think he should be on a rise, and let's ride the wave. So I'm going with Sean.
And what about tier 5?
And for tier 5, what did I have? I had Trevor Roberts, I think.
Yeah. And I had Eric Jones. And I'm staying with Eric.
I think I will stay with Trevor as well. I think he should do well.
So you're basically changing what? 3 players?
I'm not sure yet, but maybe I will change Ethan with Chris. Maybe not. It will be a last minute decision. Then tier 3 as well between Kevin and Ryan, I guess. And yeah, I'm changing tier 4 as well. Well, I'm changing a lot of things. I'm not changing anything.
If I'm not
Who the frick
mistaken,
knows?
Matt Rousseau, who's in tier 4, he's from Missouri.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking changing Francois Leroy to Matt Rousseau now.
All right.
But it's
That would
just
be a nice pick.
it's just a pop out on my head. I'm not so sure that he's from Missouri, but I'm
Yeah, but it's
95
fantasy. We will imagine.
95% sure.
All right, and wildcard?
Wild cards?
Brandon Bonta?
No, not yet. I'm not. I'm just gonna stick with Daryl Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
He picked. All right, it wasn't 300 points, but I'm not expecting Brandon Bonta to win again. But I do expect Daryl Bernard to perform well again, to be somewhere around the cuts, maybe above it, and just to climb those positions up to gather me even more points.
What do you think about Brad Miller?
Great
Can
option.
Can he do it 2 stops in a row?
I think so. He was
But
working really hard. But
He was battling injuries.
the problem here is that he advanced to a Players Championship throughout PTQ. So he will have to bowl again on PTQ in Missouri Classic.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to follow the news on how it all goes on PTQ tomorrow. If he managed to go to the main field, which I believe that he has full potential to do it, why not?
You know what? Kyle Sherman. Let's give it to our analyst.
What happens if he...
I think someone will substitute to play instead of him.
Imagine Kyle Sherman makes the show
But maybe that's
and
not a
Brad
safe
Miller
option, huh?
changes him
Damn.
for caller analyst. How about that?
No, I think it would be the opposite. Kyle would have to sit behind the mic, and somebody would take his spot in the finals. That's my guess. So maybe I will not pick him. Maybe I should go with Brandon Bonta. Why not? The guy just
Let's go.
shot
Spencer
300 in the
Barge.
finals. No, Bonta. All right, so that's for our predictions and picks. As you can see, we are not really confident with our teams, but
I am. If you have time and you trust in us, pick Don Barrett for tier 2 because he's gonna have a stellar Missouri Classic.
And my
Mark my
recommendation
words.
is actually Tim Foy Jr. If you want to be bold, I think drop EJ and take Tim Foy Jr. and see what happens.
EJ, now they are on the same tier.
Yes, tier 1.
Oh my goodness.
And that's a bold move, but if you have the balls, do it. So that's, I think, it for today's show. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Again, if you would like to join the Fantasy League, all the links are in the description. Fill out the form, and basically that's it. Just follow the leaderboard on our page throughout the event. And
come to our Discord where all the fun is going on. Exclusive content, news beforehand. We talk fantasy over there, and general, all the bowling talk happens over there without taboo.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Keep on striking.